Dr.Macino. Today we're going to be looking at SCP-662, Object Class Safe. Special Containment Procedures. SCP-662 should be kept in its red velvet-lined case and stored in high-value storage locker 223C, located at when not being utilized for testing or other appropriate activities. The item itself is safe to handle and possesses no known threats of any kind, though the effects generated could be considered highly valuable and variably powerful depending upon how the SCP is used. Description: SCP-662 is a small silver handbell, 4 centimeters tall and 2 centimeters in circumference. The bell is missing its ringer. Within the inside of the bell, an inscription has been etched into the silver, reading, "Forever mine, SJW." The bell is susceptible to damage, however, given its safe nature, destruction has been deemed unnecessary. As it is made of very pure silver, it requires regular polishing to remain without tarnish. When the bell is shaken as if it was to ring, a soft chime can be heard, although this does not come from the bell. A short, well-dressed Caucasian butler of self-proclaimed British heritage, calling himself Mr. Deeds, will appear from the nearest area not within line of sight, usually from around a corner. Mr. Deeds will address the ringer of the bell by their appropriate title and last name, and ask what it is that they desire. His knowledge of individuals' last name and titles is a mystery, as he himself will purport. See interview log 662-L1 for further details. More reasonable requests given to Mr. Deeds will result in satisfaction. However, there are limits to what he can do. He is unable to produce very complex items such as sports cars, luxury homes, or personal jets. If he is allowed to leave line of sight and return, he is able to produce smaller, less complex items such as a ham sandwich, a glass of tea, or more luxurious items like caviar or a brick of gold. A list of notable items the butler has thus far been able to provide to those who have rung the bell may be found in Addendum 662-A1. Mr. Deeds will also perform menial tasks such as washing vehicles, preparing food, and cleaning bathrooms. If a request is deemed unreasonable or impossible by the butler, he will kindly tell the ringer so, and offer an alternative if one may be had. The butler is not immune to ill actions taken against him while in sight. He has been killed or injured in multiple tests and will remain either dead or injured until he is out of sight upon return of ringing the bell. All previous injuries will have vanished, and he will be groomed and well dressed in his uniform and ready for the next order. A more detailed explanation of his jobs he can perform at the limits to which he may be put can be found in the aforementioned interview log 662-L1. Test logs relating to his ability to heal himself and those of the properties of the bell may be accessed by any level 2 or higher personnel. All attempts to catch Mr. D's disappearing have failed, as equipment will either fail or he will find a suitable unobserved spot. Addendum 662-A1 Items and tasks requested and results. Items: nearly a conceivable kind of sandwich. Human flesh has been requested as lunch meat and politely denied. Beverages, also of near any kind, as which sandwich meat, human blood, has been requested and denied. Pig blood, however, was served promptly, still warm. A brick of 99.98% pure gold. Mr. Dees produced a brick of 99.14% pure gold and apologized for being unable to provide the requested purity. A brick of 99.24% pure silver. A nuclear bomb, which was politely denied. A hand grenade of modern U.S. military grade, which performed as expected in testing. A blue 1963 Corvette convertible, which was politely denied. The board game Monopoly, which Mr. Deeds won on the first playthrough. A Fabergé egg, which was politely denied. SCP, which was politely denied. A bouquet of freshly picked red roses. A bouquet of wild turnspusty, which was politely denied. Turnbusty is not an actual known type of flower. Tasks: cleaning of Dr. Murph's car, performed to near perfection. Washing of dishes accumulated from a day's worth of meals from the cafeteria on level of performed to much higher standards than usual. Trimming of Dr. Murph's hair performed, but it turns out that Mr. Deeds is not in fact a very good barber. Washing of Dr. Murph's laundry performed, and the clothing found to fit better in Dr. Murph's estimation. Assassination of Osama bin Laden, politely denied. Mr. Deeds claimed bin Laden was too well guarded and entrenched, but could not or would not give further details. Assassination of a D-class individual a room over, performed with vicious precision using a buck knife to the throat. Note: further tests with regards to Dr. Murph's personal effect are to be forbidden unless approved by 1 Level 05 Overseer. You've been warned, Dr. Murph. 05- Interview Log 662-L1. Accusation Report. SCP-662 was discovered in the possession of a petty theft and grave robber in USA. The theft was in the process of selling SCP-662 to a pawn shop in a mentioned town when the bell was accidentally rung by a pawn shop attendant. Mr. Deed appeared from the storage area behind the counter and properly addressed the attendant. Believing that he was about to be robbed by the two men, the attendant overreacted and managed to get a hold of a sawed-off shotgun from under the counter. Mr. Deeds was fatally wounded by the attendant and died on scene. The thief escaped but was apprehended by Foundation agents after a week-long search of the surrounding towns. Under questioning, the thief revealed that he found the bell in its box in the grave located on the outskirts of the above-mentioned town. He was then remitted for D-class personnel, assigned to subsequently perish during the testing of SCP. The bell did not come under the purview of the Foundation until after the crime and subsequent transport of Mr. D's body to a local morgue. After the disappearance of the body from the morgue, an agent was sent to investigate the possible outbreak of SCP or other unknown neurotic invigorating cause. Mr. Deed reappeared in the case file item storage room from a local constabulary after the bell had been handled by Sergeant. He was quickly apprehended and an agent took him into custody 3 hours after reappearing under the guise of an FBI agent. When the handcuffed Mr. Deeds once again disappeared, the agent intuited that the bell itself may have something to do with a string of incidents, and after acquiring it and testing, provided his lunch and brought the bell back for further testing. Agent was awarded with official Foundation pat on the back plaque for his handling of the incident and lack of self-serving interest once he discovered that what the bell and Mr. Deeds was capable of.